Hi, my name's Phil Davies and I'm the CEO at FlyForm. Along with Aaron here, I'm one of the co-founders. My role in the business is primarily focused around sales, marketing, finance and culture.
Hi, my name is Arron Davies and I am the Chief Operating Officer at FlyForm, and my responsibility is around how FlyForm operates day to day, and that includes all the internal operations as well as projects.
I mean, I've been around the ServiceNow ecosystem for about 10 years now. And we started as a client of ServiceNow originally back in Logicalis, which is in fact where I met you. I know that we obviously put ServiceNow in there and loved it and kind of caught my eye from day one.
We saw the challenges and the limitations of the tools that we were using day to day, and that's what got us really excited about ServiceNow, because we could see how many things we could do with it and the power of the platform. That could really help us be more productive and add more value to our clients.
Yeah.
So we were always excited about the tool.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we were at this government agency and we saw what happened, we were like, we could do this better.
And be nice and charge less.
Yes, very much so. Phil is definitely a big thinker, and I think he had a really good idea in terms of starting this great company.
Thanks for the compliment on being a big thinker, but every big thinker needs a big doer. And yeah, as I often refer to you as being the kind of the absolute king of execution, we really locked in on the fact that I think we saw, or we felt at the time, because of what we saw, that was this potentially the government and the public sector getting treated a lot worse than the private sector, and that maybe that was a niche that needed to be better served. You know, was it underserved and poorly served, which led into the original name, didn't it?
Yeah.
But I think the second thing you mentioned around doing it outside of hours, yeah, so the funny thing is when I reflect on this story to other people, it turns out that this was actually a side hustle. So we were kind of working 9 to 5 or whatever in the day job and getting in early, 7 a.m, stopping at cafes and whatever, weren't we, and putting the kind of plans together for this, and then after work sitting again in diners and restaurants and all kinds of places along the M4.
So we really wanted to make that difference, yeah, and that still drives us today, I think.
Definitely, yeah. That was 2015, wasn't it? We named it and gave birth to it.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of that year then was very much planning and frameworks and trying to get onto the right government frameworks and ServiceNow partner statuses and things like that, wasn't it? And 2017 just came out and exploded.
Very much so.
I don't think we've stopped since.
We haven't.
I haven't.
We haven't, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a very interesting journey. It just started to snowball, and then we had these opportunities where we could speak to the right type of clients we wanted to work with. Yeah. And yeah, with Phil's sort of passion and my execution, we were able to win some really good business and win some really good clients that really propelled GovNow to the next level.
Yeah, a year ago now we launched the new brand, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
To try, and we were seeing that private sector prospective clients were approaching us and kind of saying, well, we didn't even bother coming to speak to you guys because we thought it was just government, and we were kind of saying, no, we want to do everything. So we grew probably 10 times the revenue from 2016 to 17, and then 140% from 2017 to 2018, probably another 100% this year.
Mm-hmm.
Big numbers for next year and the year after.
Very much so. Yeah, I think that's due to the fact that we work with an amazing tool. ServiceNow is growing year on year. Really give focus to our internal staff as well, to enable them to really work well, do the jobs they wanted to do, and be free and enjoy working with FlyForm, which meant when the clients did work with our staff, they could really see that, and that made a big difference, certainly.
And in fact, it's the biggest part today, isn't it? What keeps us going is giving people a great place to work and having fun.